The presidents of Eritrea and Somalia say they plan to establish diplomatic relations, the latest sign of thawing relations across the Horn of Africa. They met this noon during Somali President Abdullahi Mohammed's visit to Asmara for a three-day summit with Eritrean counterpart Isaias Afwerki. This establishment of ties comes after Eritrea's historic reconciliation with Ethiopia. The two countries say they will establish diplomatic relations and exchange ambassadors, promote bilateral trade and investment, as well as educational and cultural exchanges. Meanwhile, the United Nations Security Council has lauded the establishment of diplomatic ties between Somalia and Eritrea. After a Security Council meeting in Somalia, the president of the Security Council, Olof Skog, says the country's effort to work together to foster regional peace and stability shows their readiness towards improvement.
The members of the Security Council further welcomed the announcement that Eritrea and Somalia would work together to foster regional peace and stability. The members of the Security Council reiterated their readiness to support the region in these efforts. Members of the Council welcomed the continued commitment of the federal government of Somalia to political and security reforms and to improving weapons and ammunition management in order to comply fully with the terms of the partial lifting of the arms embargo. They strongly commended the historic signing of the joint declaration of peace and friendship by the leaders of Eritrea and Ethiopia on 9th of July, and the commitment by both parties to jointly endeavor to ensure regional peace, development and cooperation.
In the Central African Republic, weapons surrendered in 2017 by former militiamen in the southwestern part of the country have been destroyed in the city of Beberati. This is part of a demobilization, disarmament, reintegration and repatriation DDR process that gives hope to ex-fighters in starting a new non-violent lifestyle.
Weapons that once belonged to combatants in the Central African Republic have been destroyed in the southwest city of Beberati as part of efforts to disarm and demobilize ex-fighters. C.A.R. has been plagued by violence since 2013, when mostly Muslim Seleka rebels seized power, sparking reprisals from anti-Balaka Christian militia. The Disarmament, Demobilization, Reinsertion and Repatriation DDRR program, with the support of the MINUSCA peacekeeping mission, collected hundreds of weapons from 250 former fighters.
By laying down their weapons, these ex-combatants have been the cornerstone of peace in the Mambere Kadei. That is why they are called ambassadors of peace during the last 4 months. 252 ambassadors of peace have received training in various socio-economic activities.
Their message is simple: stop partaking in violence, put down your weapons, and in exchange you'll get help to start a new life. After giving up their weapons, former militiamen in Beberati were able to participate in professional skills training to start their own businesses. They were also given starter kits for carpentry, tailoring and masonry, amongst other things.
The 250 beneficiaries who have opted for a training program will have a location to conduct the activities so that they can start their activities. We gave them different equipment to start off.
However, Central African Republic still has a long way before it is free of weapons. A joint operation by UN peacekeepers and national security forces in early April to flush out armed groups in Bangui sparked violence that killed 70 people and wounded 330 more, the worst one-month period in the capital since 2014.
Here in Nigeria, the federal government is seeking the partnership of the Voice of America, VOA, against fake news in the country. The Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, made this known when a delegation from the VOA, led by the director, Amanda Bennett, paid a Mekotso visit in Abuja. The minister also seized the opportunity to highlight the government's success in the fight against insurgency and its preparedness to end the farmers-herdsmen clashes. The team is in the country to expand its presence, especially in northern Nigeria.
There's no part of the globe that is free from terrorism. But we can say very boldly, confidently, that we have tamed Boko Haram. Take Kebbi State, where 70% of the inmates in Kebbi prison are there as a result of farmer-settlers clash. Here the farmers also are Muslim Fulanis and the herdsmen are Muslim Fulanis. It's about struggle for resources, pure and simple. Oh yes, we have cases of pure criminality. We also have cases of politicians who are following this. So the biggest challenge we are all facing today is how do we address the issue of fake news? This ministry was already aware of this, and as early as 2017, we held an extraordinary National Council on Information to address the issue of fake news. We also seek your cooperation, the VOA, to partner with us. Elections are coming, and once again I welcome VOA. We always cooperate with you in your endeavor to present factual and balanced news about Nigeria.